we are. Map number 1. We got your map picks in here. We got your prediction in here. We got the knife round already complete. 1 win taking the CT side on their opponent's map pick of Inferno. And we're going to dive right on in. Get your channel points in while you still can. We'll dive right in. Looks like it's going to be a banana hit early off the rip. Intra getting ready for this, and he's just going to steamroll. 2 kills already in the feed. 1 win looking strong. Zucker taken low, but does get the kill back on Intra. Flash goes in. News able to get 1 with the dualies, but Zucker smashing his way back in. 2 versus 2. 1 win have started to rotate on over. Zucker pretty darn low. Slump, though, not quite able to find the shots. Look at the health. He's down to 4 HP. Not looking healthy at all, but Sasha here to cover. Will take down Slump. Jason going to have 2 pistols and 2 targets. First one already flattened, but that's only the 4 HP player. Sasha can just stay tucked behind the wall here and just spins on out for the kill. Regain going to start things off strong. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for letting me know. Sorry about that. So, yeah, pistol round goes the way of the T side. What do you think the difference is between Faceit and Premier? On Faceit, people are more interested in trying. You know, Premier is something people play to chill and maybe they take seriously. Faceit, I'm not going to say everybody takes it seriously, but most of the time people take it seriously. And you know what you hope is people are taking this seriously because Fusenko going to start things off strong. This forced by 1 win. Already losing 1 player. Classic Inferno tactic of get your pick and then rotate. See if you can pull the players from one site to the other. And, well, news is going to be left here on the B-bomb site. As a reminder, this is the lower bracket, so whatever team loses this is out of the advanced playoffs for Season 53. And whatever team moves on is going to be on HLTV, so there are some stakes here for this game. Kind of an important one. But Regain has lingered just a little bit too long, and 1 win have already moved back into the B-bomb site. 30 seconds remaining. Not a whole lot of time to rotate. 1 win and Regain everybody on the server, save for Zucker. Gonna leave the B-bomb site. Slump forced to stay here as well. But it's a big push onto A. Jason able to confirm on the first and doubles up. But Sasha, 2 in response, gonna leave 1 win down to just Slump. The health bars, though, the scout can definitely drop these players, but not able to get into position in time. Halen gonna spray him down, and Regain starting this one off strong, looking at going for the 3-0 start now. The weapon, the money for 1 win has been just spent, so they're going to be stuck on being down on pistols. Ooh, lots of nades being thrown into apartments there. But we do have a couple of buys, actually, for 1 win. Jason picking up the MP9 could prove to be a dangerous piece here. Unfortunately, the MAC-10 is going to prove to be more dangerous in the hands of Regain. Jason going in for something, is going to catch Fusenko, but look at him. He's melting. He's burning to death. Halen going to finish off the kill. Intra going to walk on in to pick up that MP9. Recover that weapon for the CT side, but Halen just continuing to watch the apartments and just going to be a bit of a shooting gallery. 1 win sending both their players in. Intra now, and the 1 versus 4, and at this point, I think all you really want to do is hold onto your gun. Well, he is going to at least do that. Or at least earn some money off of it. Well, this is going to start to get difficult. There were a lot of SMG kills for the regain side. And after 3 rounds, how's the money looking? One Win have done a pretty good job of at least forcing them to rebuy some things, but it's kind of a bit of a do or die round for One Win. They need to stop the bleeding. Otherwise, Regain are going to be just rolling in it. That's where the T side on Inferno can get really tough to stop. Leersea getting burned early on, down to 4 HP. The utility doing so much damage. The CT Molly is not going to stop anybody from Regain. Meanwhile, Halen going to be the one to demolish Jason. HP for Fusenko down to 2 HP. So they very nearly have the kill, but on the other side of things, Leersea looking weak. The bomb's down, and One Win already calling the save. 5 versus 4. This is Inferno. This is just how it is. You either get the initial scrum win or you just have to leave. That is going to be unfortunate for One Win, but at least holding on to these guns is going to give them a fighting chance. With 4 alive, as Fusenko dies to the bomb. And that's a MAC-10. But as 4 alive, Fusenko picking up the MAC-10 again. Okay. Alright. Looking to just farm up the money. Inferno worst map. I mean, there's a case for it being a little less interesting to watch with the saves and with the very slow gameplay. Yeah, I think if you want to move to face it from Premier, go for it. Admittedly, I personally would rather play Premier right now just because I don't feel like going and starting the whole anti-cheat to go play CS. Like, I just want to start CS to play CS. Now, Regain going to look for some picks over by the A-bomb site once again to start off the round. One Win not giving them anything early on this time around. The utility actually forcing them to play a little bit slower. They're going to pop out through Boiler, though. That MAC-10 going to be the tip of this spear. Slump going to have to hit some great shots as Fusenko walks out, but he's focused on the players coming in through mid. Him and Intra setting up the crossfire are going to be successful. Sasha with the trade on back, but now it's just going to be Sasha all alone as Leersea puts that MP9 to use. 50 HP, not going to be enough to work with as Leersea clears him out. And One Win will finally find their footing. Let's take a look at that fun action replay. A nice little 3K. That'll get a little pep in your step. That's really how you got to use the M4. You don't get those instant headshots, so you got to combine the firepower of 2 to get it all working out for you. But now they've got to fight Dark and his AWP. And this is where some real pain can start to come in for One Win. They faced the MAC-10 for a solid few rounds. Now you got to see if you can deal with the AWP, and not going to be easy. We start the push and pull of Inferno once again. The smoke put down for mid to disallow information on the cross on over. We got 4 players for Regain in kind of the same area. Nobody's down apartments just yet. It's just everybody hanging out mid, waiting for somebody to stick a toe out. One win definitely making them work for this, not pushing anything in too soon, but it is going to be the push on in through mid. Sasha will meet Slump with some bullets and a flurry of frags later. We're down to 3 versus 3. 30 seconds left on the round, and only Halen in close to the bomb site. Bomb collected. Regain looking to make their play on the A bomb site. They're going to have the rotation of news to deal with. They're going to have all 3 one-win players. Learsea already drops Halen. Intra with a kill onto Dark. And it's just going to be Zucker left standing. News will fall. And this 1 versus 2, there's not going to be enough time left. 1 win will take this one on time. Ooh, Intra still looking to chase this, though. Wants to take away that AK. With that save, with that time running out, that is going to be in Regain money. Now, officially dumpstered. They do have enough money to try and maybe force, but it's as good a time as any to take a timeout. Take a timeout. We hang out in the timeout. So I think at this point, Regain want to discuss whether they're on the 2-round loss bonus. They want to discuss whether they go for SMGs and force up, or whether they just buy down to 2K. Zucker has the full belt of utility, though it does look like that's being sold. Hi chat, I'm appearing for timeouts, and then when the timeouts expire, I'm going to disappear again so you can enjoy the game. Okay, bye. I want to be on the camera sometimes. You can't take that away from me, it's my stream. Nobody's trying to take that away from me, but, you know. I just like to get out in front of these arguments. Anyway, pistols for Regain with the hero rifle saved up from Zucker. Regain, once again, looking to make a play on mid fast. Got 2 players already going to be in through apartments. 1 win might not be expecting this. They've only got 2 players lurking on A. They seem to be pretty sure of the B hit. They've got 2 players top of banana. Either way, this round likely to be a speedy one. As Regain already making their way up arch side. Learsea gonna meet them. First one to drop is Dark. And news in from Arches as well. It's 3 kills for 1 win, and Jason gonna clean things up. It's gonna be a flawless round from the CT side. We got another replay here. This arch side of things did go quite well. But again, unarmored players, you'll have that happen sometimes. All right, so Regain now able to get rearmed. They do have Fusenko picking up that MAC-10 once again. Had enough money for the Galil, but elected to go with the SMG instead. And exchange early on. Trade in banana. Zucker and Learsea will be the ones falling off of that one. Halen looking for something, but Jason spins around for the double. Fusenko able to get 1 back, but this is still man advantage for 1 win. Regain gonna look to make a speedy play on the B-bomb site before 1 win can get rotated over. News gonna have to go huge here. Smoke blown open, and he can't hit his shots. It's Sasha with the kill, and Regain should be able to, at the very least, get the bomb down on this one. Jason on super low HP gonna be quickly quelled by Dirk. And Intra, he's got his knife out. He's not ready at all. Sasha gonna make it 2. So Regain, they regain control. They put themselves back in the driver's seat, get a 2nd round advantage, 5-3 over 1 win on their T side of their own map pick. If they can keep it rolling, this is still a very quality T side for Regain. This is still a good possibility of a pretty dominant T-side half. Ooh, well, AWP speaks first. Dirk able to just drop Learsey right off the bat. That's a B player down, and News trying to get curious for some more, but gonna be met with a fair amount of damage. Intra able to get one back. And that's just a whole lot of damage being exchanged out of these two teams. Zucker on 32 and News on 29. So there's a possibility here for some HEs to do some dunking. Who ordered donuts? Well, smoke's going to fade. It does force one win to back off out of Banana, but Renew's going to get caught here, top Banana. Do Regain know there's another player here? One win. They're going to have to send these other two players in. The Cavalry's not going to get here in time as Halen able to get the kill. So 3 versus 2 and 1 win. They're sure of their money. They're sure of this retake, but they don't have any smokes. They don't have any fires. The utility looking low in general. Feels like a very risky retake. That Molly instantly quenched, but so is Jason. They're gonna immediately remove him from combat, and Slump just gonna pick up the AWP, and thank you very much. Save that for later. So this one could definitely slip away from one win if they don't start to get just a couple more on their CT side. I feel like I've seen some good gun rounds from them once they finally got fully armed. And they should be able to do so as well on this round. 3-round loss bonus. And the money starting to stock up. So they'll be able to retain pretty good buy, a couple of kits. Hopefully they can make some good use of them. I tell you, if you didn't like Inferno with the one-way smokes before, the skybox smokes have not helped this map any. In some ways, they've made it funny. You know, skybox smokes are a good time, but... Well, it's going to be an MP9 in the hands of Learsey, so not a full buy on one win, but a nearly full buy. As Regain looking to extend their lead, make good use of their positions. They're really looking at this B-bomb site hungry. Molly goes out, not going to be catching anybody. Op shot as well, and that's the swing out from News. The flash goes perfectly, and he gets a triple for it. Halen now, the last player standing for Regain, but doesn't have bomb, doesn't have op, doesn't have utility. Only has 50 seconds to try and take away as many weapons from one win as he can. This round has turned from a win to a don't lose. Or don't lose as much as possible. Oh, he's making footsteps. Intra's fully aware of this, but unable to hit the shots. The duck peek proves to be too much. Well, Halen can maybe recover this op, maybe pull it out. Maybe he's going to go for the plant. He's got 15 seconds. Not a whole heck of a lot of time, but, I mean, if you're confident in yourself, you might just take some shots in the back. And one win. We'll put this back within 2 rounds. Pay attention, chat. That's shots in the back, not necessarily back shots. Know the difference. Another timeout for Regain, so I can be like, yo, what's up? Yeah, I literally just said that on stream. I see nothing wrong with saying any of this. Again, I do appreciate those couple of follows that have been hit this stream. You know, in general, it gives you channel points so you can predict the winner of future matches. And for me, it helps me know who might be returning for future streams. I like to cast games. I like to play games. I did do some gameplay a week or two ago on stream and want to try to do some more. But we're going to get back into this round. We got 5 seconds. That's a nice chicken. And that chicken is going to go run away now. Bye-bye, chicken. Well, if one can keep this one rolling, Slump could be the catalyst for that. Hasn't had much of an impact so far this half. Dude hit the scene and was just dumpstering everybody with the AWP. But he has definitely calmed down quite a bit. Now he's going to have a shooting gallery for himself. Sasha and Intra fall. Jason, though, unable to converge on both angles. Oh, Slump pulls out the nade at the wrong time, but he does have Intra to back him up. But there's a lot of deaths from these pistols. Now just Zucker left in a 1 versus 3. News will confirm and clean that one up. But you have to wonder if we got news. We got news going crazy on the replay. Well, last round and Regain now left with barely any money. So Mac 10s, Mac 9s, an actual P250 as I live and breathe. I say that. P250 is not that rare. It's not that weird. But these pistols likely going to be sent all down B. Already bottled up in banana between 2 smokes. Regain looking to make their way up. Learsea here with news. And it's going to be a good pickup for Learsea, but it's not enough. Fuzenko and Dirk making those pistols work out well. Oh, Fuzenko, he's got himself a tree, but that's not going to be enough for the kill. Sasha, though, picks that one up. 2 versus 2. Slump expecting the player in church now. That's been called out. Sasha just maneuvering around the walls and going to get the headshot. And it's just up to Jason. He's got a 1v2. He's got the kit. He's got the nades, too. He's trying to throw them for a loop by pushing through church instead of pushing through mid, but Regain seem to be wise to his tricks. They're forcing him to follow. Molly going to prevent it. There's not going to be much time left. There's so little health. The nade will find Dirk, but there's not enough time. He has to just go for the defuse, and he cannot pull this one off. So it's going to be 7-5 in favor of Regain on the T side. Well, that couldn't have gotten any closer. That was nearly a 6-6, but hey, like they say, it all comes down to the pistol. That's right, I put my face right up to the microphone for that one. All right, Glock train. Everybody get on board. 1 win. Sending 5 up banana. Zucker now needs to be razor sharp to try and stop this push. He's got 0 help to back him up. Tries to fall back, but not going to be allowed to. Can't even put down a point of damage as 1 win just roll right over him. Bomb going to be planted and Regain. They do want to go for the retake, as they should. Because it is pistol round. And if you're saving pistols, honestly, what are you really doing? But they do walk right into the headshots. Intra and Jason gonna pick up 3 in total, and Dark now left to ponder his own existence. Jason not gonna give him too long to do so, as 1 win complete the full house with Intra over Jason. Well, that'll put a pep in your step. Hey, we lost that one 5-7. Well, now we're 1 behind, and you know, we've got the possibility to really turn this around. All right, well, this time, so Learsea just blowing through the regain players. I had a moment of, I'm looking at these x-rays, and if you've ever been to the regain Face It page, it shows that I guess they're fans of Attack on Titan, but they put the Simple face on one of them, and Simple being the Opera formerly on Liquid, Navi, etc. And I saw all the outlines through the wall, and I'm like, they're doing the pose. They're doing the Attack on Titan pose. I swear to you, I'm not a weeb, but you know what I am? Glad I'm not in the server, because One Win are starting to put the screws to regain. Got them in a tie game, and they're looking to extend that. 2 players on this B-bomb site for One Win to deal with. Halen will pick one up, though. Learsea dropped, and so will be Slump. Yuzenko, ooh, dancing around this emo position. Molly gonna force him out into the open, and Jason will be able to get the kill. So it's a 1 versus 1. Though I think One Win, we're maybe expecting a bit less resistance than they encountered. See if that causes them to change their tactics here. They do have the rotation of Dirk to deal with. He has the Deeg. It's the Dirk Deeg. He will fall back, assuming the... All right. Classic Inferno push and pull. Not even going to hear the smoke. Without a bomb down on... Oh, we're going to get a double bamboozle. Love to see it, but actually Jason kind of ends up losing a couple of points for me, just because it does mean that Dirk can pick up the AK off of the One Win players. So now instead of the Deeg, he's got a full-ass AK to deal with. But at the same time, this bomb going to go down on the A-bomb site, and there's not going to be too much that Dirk can do. At this point, that's an AK. You might as well save it. You don't have the kit. You don't have utility. You don't even have armor. That could be so valuable in the next round. But no, it looks like Dirk wants this. He's going to get caught from out of boiler. Oh, he's aware of the boiler position. Checks it. The timing from Jason might work perfectly here. Oh, he's just letting Dirk hang himself on his own rope. Here's the defuse attempted. And oh, Dirk, he's looking for the save. But no, Jason waiting for him. Mega Keys, you said many things, but none of them were honks. Oh, I guess I should change the team, because you're not on... hold on. Hold on, we changed this. I don't know what team you're on. Here, there you go. Entry frag for question marks in the chat. Perfect. Oh, the plague? Okay. You make sure to let me know when those games are. And I will make sure to cast some games. Anyway, good start for One Win. Dirk already taken down as I was yapping at chat, which is a thing that happens on a live stream where I don't have a co-caster to stop me. 5 versus 3 as One Win have already obliterated the defenses on the A-bomb site. Intra just waiting back. He's got help from Jason, but they both fall to Sasha and Fuzenko. But with a singular kit between them, I think at this point, 2 versus 3 regain, they just wait it out. July 5th and 6th. Okay. If you give me the Faceit link for that, I'll make sure to add it to my calendar. To which league are you going for, advanced or main? Or are you just going for whatever happens? Terrorists win. Whichever we qualify for. All right, fair enough. Let's get that replay on that timing. Oh, we hear the defuse. It just wait. And he just walks into it. Muzzle in mouth. Usually muzzle just stops you from talking, but... okay. Well, here's to hoping that we do get some life from Regain on their CT side. So far, they've been denied 4 in a row. Yes, it's a muzzle from a rifle, not a different kind of muzzle. Not that I would know anything about either one of those. I don't own any guns. Or dogs. Alright, 1 win. Oh, Zukar, the swing and the flash from Suzenko does net Regain 3. They only trade 1 for it, and that's a chonky nade. Intra and Slump not going to have a whole lot of life left in them, but they've still got bullets to work with. So Slump going to get this bomb down. And this 1 versus 2 feels a little possible. 26 HP. It's definitely not going to be easy. The HE left on Halen, not even needed, as they'll just put those rifles to use. And right after I'm done yapping about how Regain haven't won any CT side rounds, they bring that one right back. Clearly a caster curse. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the flash works out well. Top banana. You love to see it. Alright, well, Bai definitely in the favor of 1 win. They do have the MP9 on Fusenko for Regain. But there's no AWPs on the server, so I feel like that can be a point of comfort for both these teams. While Slump hasn't really gotten a big chance to use the AWP so far on Inferno, we've seen a couple of good shots out of him, and Dirk on the other side of things is actually sitting at 6 and 12. So the AWPers have not been the big players that we normally expect, as Slump going to be choosing to make me a liar here. Puts that AK to use, takes down 2, but Sasha, the dunk and the double as they spray down as they walk on into the site. 2 versus 3. The swing from Zucker will net another one. And it's just going to be up to News now. This one not going to be easy whatsoever. Regain, they've started to gather forces on A. They've left Fusenko on the B-bomb site, so that could be to their detriment. News the first. Sasha, though, walking on in through the smoke, through barrels, and just catches the timing onto the backside. So just as I say, hey, Regain haven't won a round on their CT side, they tie things back up at 9, because of course they do. Because that's how these things work. The moment I say a thing is not happening is when the thing happens. That's how these things work. Well, Regain can take back the lead. That is for sure. Pistols in the hands of the 1-win players. Looking for just a nice loud play somewhere on the map. They're kind of being stonewalled. There's enough utility for Regain to keep them standing still for a nice long amount of time. As long as you don't stand behind the smokes, you're not going to get 1D'd, which is, you know, comforting. A lot of damage being done off the bat. Slump trying to get wild on this one, but everyone going to get punished. Sasha runs out of ammo. Might just be the only one to go down as Jason, last player standing for 1 win. And Tech 9 trying to get a couple of shots through the smoke. Trying to probe around, but not likely to get a frag, and it's going to be Fusenko with the MP9 to bring Regain to double digits. Yeah, there was just a mad dash through the smoke. I love this. Sasha so close to death. Spun around just in time before finally being dropped. Thank you for the follows. Well, that does mean that they're going to be back on weapons. That's 3 in a row for the regain side. So 1 win, fully rearmed, and Intra going to put that AK to use right through the smoke. I feel like I say right through the smoke a lot. Maybe it's left through the smoke. That's a good point. Oh, well, I was also calling on Dirk to have a little bit more impact on the op, and there it is. Boom, there it is. A little bit of a split push here for 1 win, sending their main force to take a look at B while leaving Slump to lurk on A, but that's a dangerous possibility as the player in pit is Halen, and they're going to turn him into Swiss cheese. It's curtains for him. That is info, though. That is info that there's a player lurking on A, and that is enough for 1 win to hit the gas pedal. But this flash is going to blind them and stop them in their tracks. News able to pick off Sasha, but there's still players here. The rotation in from Regain going to stop him from getting this bomb plant down as well, and Dirk to finish the job. And Regain, on their own map pick, now taking a 2-round advantage. They stop the bomb plant. That means there's barely any money left on the 1 win side, so at this point, you could buy up Galil's. We see Intra has already elected to go for that. News and Slump will follow suit, and we got the MAC-10 for Lear C. That's the singular non-Galil weapon. Regain obviously not looking to give them an opening. Look at that HE. It's slumped down to 43, but he still gets the better of Dirk. Well, that AWP down is going to offer up a lot of momentum for the 1 win side, and they're making use of it all throughout the map. Zucker, he gets 1, but 1 win going to leave him over on B. Got that AWP arches as well. It's going to be Halen has to go huge to defend this A bomb site. He gets the first, but not unable to convert. And this bomb will be planted. 3 players surviving for 1 win. Unlikely retake for Zucker. Does have the flash, but with no other utility, likely to just look to save. Now the question is, do 1 win go for a hunt? They are basically dead in the water as far as money goes, so it's possible, but it's hard to know the economic situation of Regain, right? Zucker has a lot of money, Dirk has a lot of money, Halen has some money, Fuzenko and Sasha are basically broke. But Jason does catch the timing, so it works out in the end, and 1 win now going to be within 1 round of striking. That's the great thing about CS sometimes, is you can think, oh, we've got this fantastic position. You know, there's no way they can catch up. And then you hit just a millisecond of timing. And it comes out and works out. And now Regain using their final timeout with 1 round between these 2 teams. Zucker looking hungry, has the M4 already picked up, has the armor, but rest of the team hasn't bought much of anything. Halen picking up the 5.7 with the armor. We'll see if the rest of Regain go for some pistols and armor, or if we're just going to get just these couple of players. But with the pause expired, I'm going to disappear off your screen again. Okay, bye. I like appearing on your screen during timeouts, though. It makes me feel like I exist. I exist, don't I, chat? I'm not just a person in your computer. I'm a real human. Real human being. Anyway, Zucker, the lone M4, looking to have an impact on this round, as Slump has already taken away one of his teammates. Who are you? I'm a mysterious stranger. Well, Zucker might just have the right idea here is One Win starting to sneak in towards T-Steps to take down 2, and that's bomb dropped as well. Aylin now going to be recovering that M4, putting it to use as well. 2 versus 2. But One Win definitely not expecting to lose as many bodies as they did as Jason emerges onto the A-bomb site. But my word, One Win, Zucker was such a heads-up play. And now Sasha able to become dangerous, picks up the AK. And that is going to be a worrying thing. But it looks like it is just going to be saved because, hey, we're still on Inferno. We're still on Inferno, so we're still saving guns. Look at this op. It's a sneaky snake op doing sneaky snake things. This has been the saving song. This has been the saving song. Because I have nothing else interesting to say. This has been the song about saving guns. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. 11 all.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hey, you're sitting off to my left. How could you... You always like to say hello there, don't you? All right, well, it's still anybody's game. There's the chance for the... We're going the full 24 regardless of who wins this round. The question is whether we get a win or we get overtime. Gotta win by 2. Always gotta win by 2. In tennis and many other things. I love this. I don't know whether you're trying to boost up or whether you're just jump peeking. That's so much noise being made. Well, One Win looking to make this one a B play. All 5 players here. They do have the rotation from Dirk to deal with. So Regain preparing themselves for the push, but One Win might just run out of time if they're not quick here. 20 seconds remaining. Smoke to block off Dirk. Sasha and Zucker pick up kills, but Jason and Intra will trade them back, keeping things dead on even. Bomb is going to go down in the final seconds of the round. The op shot whizzes right by the planter. Regain, they have all picked up shop and moved on over, so they're interested in this retake. They're not going to let One Win have map point for free. 2 players pushing in through coffins, and One Win have 2 players on Great. That could come back to bite them as Intra has already lost his life. Now it's going to be all up to Slump as News able to get the kill on Fuzenko, but they haven't detected Slump yet. He's still here. He's still waiting. There was a player on the bomb, and they didn't see him. So Slump able to clutch this one up, and it's going to be One Win on map point. Let's take another look at that. Look. I feel like he was spotted while the diffuser was on the bomb, but they didn't expect this. He was sitting behind the wall. All right, can Regain recover? Can they relax? Can they renew? One Win have been on the back foot for a while this game. So it would be a good way to just crack open the door for this best of three. Zucker, though, gonna open things up. Intra shut down as he's trying to breach through B, but that just gives One Win the info. They're gonna push their way on into A instead, and Pizenko might be wrong place, wrong time. News has already picked up one and the second. Liercy with the third, and this A-bomb site has been bulldozed. Sasha and Zucker now in the 2 versus 3. Smoke goes down for Moto, as is tradition, as is the usual, and so the task has been made clear. No kits on the regain players. They've got to get these kills fast. Zucker gets one, but it's not going to be enough as Liercy cleans up his team, and regain will lose this one 11-13. It's a 1-win victory.